100% dark coverage and no clogging of the airbrush, which is fantastic.
All right, we are live.
Woohoo! Oh, we're skipping, huh?
Yeah, it's probably. It might also just be there. We're gonna have to take a look on the phone and see what happens. See if it looks better on the phone. So, we're good. We're live. We are streaming. Let me take a look on the phone and see what it looks like.
All right, so where'd you get your airbrush?
Amazon, $35.
Okay.
This one's my Badger, though, and we're going to be working on this one a little later. On this little mother. Woohoo!
Yep, audio's good, and it's not skipping live. So that's
good.
this is probably just our preview on our
Okay.
computers. What it looked like.
No,
But it's
that's
not,
cool.
It's fine.
All right.
We're good. We're good to go.
Nice.
All right, welcome to the JAD and the Subsea live stream.
Woohoo!
Doing some airbrushing tonight.
Yeah, we're going to do some brushing. Watch them. So, Jay,
Yes.
what we're looking for with paint,
Yes.
and I know I'm jumping here, but Bill's here, so I want to do this. You're looking for just a little thicker than water consistency
Just a little
on
thicker than water.
all of it. I
Alright.
have done this through many different paints, but you're looking for something like that, okay? Because otherwise, what's going to end up happening is she's going to clog the hell out of itself.
Gotcha.
So, little test. What I like doing is all the low spots first on everything.
What's the reasoning behind the low spots first?
You can't see whether you got them or not once you do the top. And then you pick it up and you go, fuck. That's the idea behind it.
Is there a preferred distance at which the stream on the airbrush works
Yes,
best?
there is, and it varies with every time you do this. Sometimes stuff fires out. Sometimes you're firing things. Sometimes it's clogging, kind of like what it's doing right now.
How quick does that dry?
Minutes. Is it too smelly for you guys?
I can't smell it at all.
Huh. Who knew? So, when you emptied the pot, I wasn't watching, so I've emptied it to a point where it made that. What happened is paint dried in there. So what you got to do is you got to make sure you get some water in there, and we're gonna do the first cleaning because I screwed up and I didn't leave it liquid inside there. So
Oh, okay.
what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do something like this.
And that's what the old shirt's for.
That's what the old shirt's for, because you can clean. Most of the time what ends up happening is that you build up a rim of crap inside of here. And what happens is when you're spraying, the little chunk breaks off and gets rammed right in there.
That makes sense.
So, if you did a cross section of this, it's basically this. Whoop, sorry, just like that.
Yeah.
So you're pulling the needle back, and that little space in there is where all the air and the paint's coming out.
Oh, so
Okay?
you're pulling when you're doing this.
Right. When you're
pulling
pulling
the needle
that, you're
back.
pulling the needle back through the hole.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you can get different tips, you can get different needles and everything, and do different kinds of stuff.
Okay.
The real trick behind any of it, though, is that trigger control we were working on. Because
Right.
if you don't have the trigger control,
Okay.
it gets out of hand pretty damn quick.
Sounds good.
But what you want to make sure you're doing, now if you take a look on the bottom there, oops, there's paint down on the bottom in there. So what we have to do is we have to get rid of that. And what I usually do at this point is you want to do a backflow. So that's covering this, And yes, the needle's sticking into me a little bit.
Okay, that's good
And
enough.
then what you're going to do is she'll spin back like that. You see how she's foaming?
Yeah.
That's because there's paint down in that reservoir, and we got to get rid of that.
So that's how you do it.
Well, that's one way to do it, and you just keep doing it until. And then what I'm going to do is we'll do it again. Now, there is also 100 different ways of doing this. One of our very good friends, Mark Pendle, simply takes the damn thing and shoves it in a bucket of water and turns it on. That works great too. You know, I am a little bit more, since we're kind of doing this on live and people want to see, hopefully. So anyways, I've got the cup all cleaned out. What I'm going to do at this point, and please don't go this fast when you start, okay? I'm doing this fast because I airbrush all the time, and I've got it down. Because yeah, if you pull this damn needle out, and then, you know, unless you want to spray around angles, you know, that's great. But you know, loosen the nut, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the needle so that it's out of the reservoir area. Okay. I think we can see that. And if we can't, somebody message us. No one's messaging us. So, anyways, at that point, I'm going to use, and you can use airbrush thinner or any alcohol-based thing,
Yes.
which, amazingly enough, automotive windshield washer fluid is.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. That's exactly what this is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to backflow again, because at this point you don't have the needle blocking any of the airways. And if you just hit this, that'll kick out any of the stuff that's in there. Give a dump. Always make sure to wipe the inside of the cup. At this point you can pull the needle. As you can see, there is some black paint on the end there. See it?
Yep, that's up.
At this
What do you
point
do?
it's
Just-
all nice and wet, so you can just wipe it off with your glove.
Yeah,
Right.
fair enough.
Right. So now, at this particular juncture, what I like to do is simply shoot through. And what that's going to do is send whatever I had in there out of the chamber.
Yep.
You can even go so far as to clean that tip. And this is where the Q-tips come in. Dip with a little water. Clean the Q-tips. Now, I am doing this very slow. I have gotten this down to a full-on reload based upon exactly what's going on. But I wanted to show everybody this. Ooh, hey. Aha! The first screw-up of the live stream. Exciting. Exciting stuff. I didn't break anything, so that's good. That's good. So you put that needle back on. And that's called a quick reshoot cleaning, and that happened because I wasn't paying attention to what was going on, and I let the cup drain out. We're going to try
I
not
see.
to do that.
So you always want to have paint in the cup. when
If
you're-
it's liquid,
yeah,
it's not dry.
right.
It's
And you don't want it dry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty easy concept.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha.
A little shot of this. Now, if you are going to go ahead and use windshield washer fluid like I have, you'll notice it's got a blue dye. So every time you do the deep cleaning with it, when you're done, and I just want to do sprays, now we can also use this tool that we've brought so we don't put all the vapors in the air. And then put that on. Notice the vapors still come out.
Okay.
But there's a little paper
Thing?
filter in there
Is that what that
says
is?
it's
Okay.
making it safe,
Okay,
which
good.
is not making it any safer
Perfect.
at all.
Perfect.
So, but yeah, after you're done running the cleaner or the washer fluid through, you always want to make sure you give her a good clean with water so that the dye
Okay.
doesn't stick
Okay.
to the bottom.
So what's the danger of the spray and not wearing a mask or being too close?
That's what we were discussing earlier tonight.
We were discussing that earlier. I have been ignoring it, but I also have destroyed my lungs many years ago. There's
With
a fear
company?
about it. Well, we're in a big space too. the other thing is a lot of guys airbrushing. They're
they've
in
got
those.
that-
They're in those real little tents
Right,
and everything
right,
else,
right.
and it's containing. But if you really are using it, it's not. I don't really worry about it. And I have another fan here, and we can really make it so that there's no problems whatsoever. We can just have this fan going.
But you're concerned about inhaling the fumes. Okay.
Well, that's
The-
the
the-
concern.
so it's
paint,
like when you're
yeah.
The
like when you're
thing
spray
is
painting
that
too.
No, that's different.
No. Spray paint has chemicals and things in it.
Yeah.
Aerosols.
Yeah.
The aerosol is a chemical. This is just air.
Okay.
It's air and water for the most part.
There's paint molecules.
Well, there are
There's
paint molecules,
yeah.
but they're latex
yeah.
paint molecules. Yes, and everybody has a different take on it. Basically, is what it ends up to be.
I guess when you're in an enclosed space, it makes.
You're
a lot more
totally in
sense
an
to
enclosed
do this
space and
sort of
there's
thing.
no way to make
Like in your-
anything work.
Like you're in a basement and you've got a little room area because you don't have anywhere else
Well,
to
right.
do it, right?
Yeah,
If you're
that's-
outside, it's probably if you're in like a space like this, maybe it's less problem.
You use
Right.
aerosol cans outside.
I do,
right?
yeah, I
For
don't-
the
yeah.
very reason.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
wear
a
a
good point.
mask when you do that?
No, I don't. That's a good point. Yeah.
I do.
Do you really?
I'm not. And the thing is I don't have a stake in anything.
Right.
If somebody wants to do it, they want to do it. That's fine.
Sure.
You want to wear it. That's fine. It's getting a little misty in here, but I'm going to turn this fan on right now, and it's all going to go away.
Yeah.
Is anybody
We got
commenting
another
on
one.
that? Anybody
No.
making comments?
No comments. Yeah.
No,
You're
not
wrong.
yet. No one's on.
Well, we've had 7 views. There's one,
Oh,
so we got some people.
oh, somebody's watching. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
We got some stuff happening.
You can watch me do this wrong. It's great. We're going to get all kinds of people saying, man, this guy doesn't know what to put.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Did you ever pick up anything on people's comments and then apply it?
Sure.
Oh yeah, we totally.
Oh, yeah,
we read all the
totally.
comments and
Yeah,
definitely
do all that stuff.
reply to them if we can.
I'm just joking around. So hopefully everybody that watches us realizes this
Yeah.
at this point. I'm not.
Well, there's some of us that still think the internet is serious business.
Well, it is serious
Serious
business.
business.
It's totally serious.
Serious,
oh,
super
my
serious.
God, yeah.
Super serious.
Totally serious business.
I'm going to hear myself talking later and be like, I'm going to punch that guy in the face. Who is he?
Who is that?
He's the dumbest idiot that ever on the internet.
See, and we do the other thing because I'm not paying attention.
Well, hey,
Fucking idiot.
we got a comment.
Did somebody say something?
Yeah, it's
You are a fucking idiot.
it's Jay from Eau Claire.
Jay? Jay Cipher?
Right?
Hey, you remember the basement down here, dude? We're doing this now. It's crazy. Jay worked for me. Oh, that's so cool. So anyways, yeah, I put together these stupid things here to make things easier and just totally forgot about them. So.
Those are the roof pieces for that set.
Yeah.
I've never seen it actually in person, so.
So there's like some window, I don't know if you call them battments or whatever the shutters are. There's some lights they didn't bring, and then there's a couple other small little things that you can put on the building, but
Okay.
I figure I'm going to do one.
Okay,
just
so-
because-
Yeah.
Here we are right here.
So I was
We've got a little bit left,
okay.
still wet,
I see. Yep.
and then we're gonna add because now we want to keep going.
Some more black.
Right.
Is that ink or what are you using?
Now
What is this?
I am thinning this with not thinner. I'm
Can I just
thinning
say-
it with
Can I
inks.
just say, I'd like to see you clean it again. Can we do that?
Oh, we will.
We'll
Don't
be
worry.
doing that. I
Don't worry.
feel like
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, whenever we change colors, we're gonna have to do that. Unless we don't mind mixing. But I know you're a little particular with your color palette. So
Well, again, it's dependent on what we're basing it with. So,
So, and now let me just ask real quick. When you were doing that just a minute ago, when you were spraying these pieces here, you had the little trigger thing all the way back? Is
No.
that what I saw? No, it wasn't all the way back?
no,
Okay.
what I was doing was a little airbrushing trick, which I didn't want to show you right away.
Oh, that's okay. You don't, okay.
I didn't want to show you that right away.
That's fine.
It's one of the ways to keep everything going. And what it is you're So you remember what I told you with this maneuver?
Yeah.
Where you're doing this?
Right.
What you're doing is
Yeah.
and you're adding.
Not quite on camera. You gotta be lower. Yeah,
There
sorry.
we go. Sorry.
Just thought about what you're doing.
And now you're on camera. Now you're on
Look at
camera.
what I've become.
Now you're good. Now you're on camera. I'm sorry.
Such an asshole. So, anyways, what you're doing here? I'll use this paintbrush. This will be better. So, what you're doing is you're rocking the trigger back and forth.
Gotcha.
So, any paint that's in the orifice,
Yes.
is being tossed.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's another way you can keep yourself. This is on, right?
Yeah.
It's showing everything? Yeah. Okay. And what I like to do is you do it every once in a while just to keep things fresh. And this is why I made the little Lazy Susan. Yeah, it's not like it's got an aerosol backing. One
No, I
of
know
the things,
that,
one of
yeah.
the reasons the spray paint works, and you can actually spray paint this way. Your spray paint will actually go further.
Yeah.
You won't have so much waste.
Right. Right.
Is what it ends up to be. Alrighty. Now, like I said, especially with the black coat, you're going to do the hard spots that are going to be missed first. So, underneath the canopy, anything
Right.
that would be black,
Right.
basically, you want to get to be black. That
Right.
makes everything a lot
Where all
easier.
the shadows would be.
Yeah, right.
Like that, yeah.
Well, when you keep going on, because what ends up happening is if you all do it all this way, what ends up happening is you pick the dang thing up and you go, "Oh man, I missed all that,"
yeah,
and you're two
yeah.
colors past.
No, I've done
And
it with
it's-
spray paint. Yeah.
You know,
With spray
it's
painting,
like,
I've done that. Yeah.
oh god, it's so irritating.
You're making me hope I got all the mold lines now.
Uh huh. Well, that's another topic altogether.
I mean, it'd be one thing, you know, if it was I was playing Chaos like you, Jay, I could be like, oh, mold lines, it's a Chaos mutation.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It's a mutation.
Totally a
It's
chaos mutation.
more spiky bits.
So I was reading in the 3rd edition codex, spiky bits are actually attributed to the lesser Chaos gods.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yes,
Oh, weird.
they are.
That's funny.
That's old info, dude. You must be old.
Well, there's only like 5 people in the world that know this, and Jay's one of them. But the Mark III armor, the helmet was actually affixed to the torso.
Oh yeah, totally. It was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. You couldn't turn the head. Yeah.
For all you Necromunda fans out there, I'm sorry. We have a 40K player here.
You haven't outed yourself as a former 40K player?
Oh, I'm totally former now. No doubt about it. Yes, I am using the Badger Stino-Res primers. This bottle is a little old, so it's thickened up on me. So I'm thinning with acrylic ink. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can thin with airbrush medium. This is my favorite. I love Army painters. They have the right mix. But you can use the Vallejo. I've got the Vallejo and all the other stuff too. I've spent so much money on trying to figure out how to do this. It's pretty ridiculous. Airbrushing is a hobby into itself.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. But you can get some really cool effects with it. And you can prime inside, just like I'm doing right here, because it's raining cats and dogs outside. Okay, so now did you see what happened right there, where it kind of wasn't working really well? That's telling me that when I get through this, we got to do it clean again.
Yeah.
And I always love doing several pieces at once. We can rip right through this because this is actually the work of it. For us to put the color and everything down, aha! See what I did right there?
Yeah, what was that
With
about?
that's the rocking back and forth. So it's another little technique you can use to get, like, let's say we just wanted to do this. Now this is not a tip or thing to do unique, real station or real small stuff. But what you can do is you use another spot and you just rock up. You were asking about how close and how far. So what you want to do is you want to do a little practice here. So even with a big tip, if you can get the rock right.
You can just get one spot.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
You can use it to just do the little bit of painting. As always, practice. Practice makes perfect. And I was going to get this roaring for Bill here and let this dry for a little while here. And then we're going to get you on this so you can paint little models.
All right.
Fun. You had to bring one of the biggest freaking GW kids.
That's about half of it right there.
I know. Anybody talking to us?
No.
No one's talking to us. We had 27 people come on and they go, what is this idiot doing?
So you seem to have gone quite a bit without adding paint. Is that...
I'm playing with the trigger. I'm not adding quite as much on this bottom one. This is all a feel thing. You know, it's... The best part about aerosols is you can get one complete coat with a, and the worst part about them is that you can get one complete coat with a, and if you've ever done it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because it's like, God damn it, I didn't want to do that. And you can buy all the little tips in the world and all that other stuff. Once, because there's different ways of coating things. As you notice, these are turning much blacker as they're drying. I'm going to try to make this paint go a little bit further here. And I'm going to do from the other way anyways. So, just to get this working. If you got a few little echoes, it's fine. No big deal.
Echoes, as in...
See the shadow echoes?
Yeah.
That's echoing. And what that is you went and you were doing it in a spot pattern.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna...
Is that thicker than normal and dry the same? Or?
It's trigger. It's all about trigger. I was holding it back a little bit further in that spot, and then I was on the rock.
Does it all dry on the same?
No, it dries differently because it's two different layers of paint.
Even though it's wet.
Even though it's wet. Yeah. Well, you'll see. As soon as these dry up, you'll see what I'm talking about. Whether I did it, and you got the first coats here, and the other thing is I'm not spinning it like these. These were hit from every angle, and you can see how nice that coated. Whereas with this, especially this last one, I was trying to make the paint go. Now, is that such a big deal? In that case scenario, no. But that's a decision you have to make as you're doing it. This first one I did was coated a lot more.
Okay.
Now, I consider that wasted paint because I'm going to be going over it again. So I made it too thick. So I consciously made a decision to get less. And I call it the echo effect. I don't know if that's a thing. That's just me. But, clogged up
So
here.
is this a significantly thinner coat than spray, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Way thinner. Yeah.
So we're not clogging up any detail at all?
Nope. No, we shouldn't be.
This, from what I know of airbrushing, it's supposed to be really thin, so you keep all the detail as much as possible. Compared to, because like with spray paint, it's real easy to make it real thick. It's very easy to mess it up.
Jay, I know.
You know, okay.
One of the nice things about spray paints, though, is that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you want a thicker
Oh,
coat.
for sure, yeah.
Okay,
obligatory question. Mm-hmm. Spray painting something made out of styrofoam.
You have to coat it,
Okay.
But
even with this stuff.
with an airbrush too?
Even with the airbrush paint, yes. Now, will it have an adverse effect on it? No.
Yeah.
But you want to coat styrofoam because styrofoam is a malleable surface. So you don't know how the paint's going to suck up.
Yeah.
So it might suck up way more.
Malleable or porous?
Sure, porous.
Porous.
Whatever. Dale speak. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Go get the thing over
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
Bring
Okay.
the stuff over here too.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about. So there you go. You know, I mean, you guys worry about speech. I work in grunts. So,
Did you bring the shit? No,
Yeah.
I brought the stuff.
there you go.
Oh, okay.
See? Oh, yeah, hey, yeah, there. So, this is also why we have our handy dandy little holder right there. So that can get in here. But yeah, you usually don't want to fill it more than half the pot, more than half, unless you're being daring, like I like to do most of the time. Now I'm also going to do another little trick here so I don't have to pull the needle. Now this is the needle right
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
I'll bring it up over here. This right here is the needle.
Yep.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Cool.
That looks good.
Yeah. And then I'll do it for the Discord. It's right here. Whoop, sorry, right there. There we go. Yeah, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to... And then you can see the action if you come here real quick. See the needle go back?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
See
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And that's... You don't get very much because it doesn't have the... It doesn't have the this is what makes it spray out.
Ah. Okay.
That's the last bit of pressure.
Gotcha.
However, if you want to get out and make sure this inside is clean, if you look, you see how spotty that is,
Yeah.
and I have no control over it whatsoever.
Right.
That's a great way to clean the
Oh, okay.
the chamber.
Okay.
But really, all of this stuff. Now, if I put this back on, see how she changes?
Yeah.
Goes right back to what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all because of this fantail. And the fantail obviously has a little hole in it.
Uh-huh.
That's what builds up the last of the pressure. That's actually the wall point where it builds the air comes out and then it walls out and then circulates through.
Gotcha.
And that's where that's how come you get the actually get it. Look. See, look.
Is that-
air is blowing it all away.
What is that? What is that?
You see the
Air or is
cone?
that water? Yeah. Yeah.
No. This is the liquid that I have. in
Oh,
there.
okay.
So, yeah, no big deal.
No, I was just wondering if I could like 'cause you
Breathe
could
it
see
in?
No, because you could see it. No, because you could see it so well. I was wondering
Yeah.
if it was paint or not.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. That's just
It's
water.
just water and paper. Gotcha.
And like I said, we're in a big area.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Everything's getting.
I was just
getting
curious what it
moved
was.
around.
For
Wanna
the-
try?
For the folks at home, I was just curious what that was.
You want to try
Yes, sure.
with paint, or you want to do water some more?
I don't know. Do you want to keep painting Bill's stuff or finish that up before I do anything? Or
I don't care.
I got
Here,
all
paint
that.
your stuff. Yeah, we got stuff. That's fine.
well, I don't want to mess up any of Bill's stuff.
Well, then don't. Here.
Okay.
Here's
I want
your
to try the
building.
big building because I feel like that's going to be easier to paint than anything else.
Okay. Then that's good.
Because it's just a big
All right,
old
so-
building.
Where's that
So-
from?
About a Gen Con, I don't know.
So I'm gonna get you set up
Okay.
first,
Okay.
and then after that, we're gonna get you. You're gonna do it. So
Okay.
what you're gonna do? Oh, you're lefty. Okay. So I'm gonna do it as a left-handed person. So at this point, you're gonna try to hold this without dropping it, and open your ink at the same time. Now,
I see.
this is actually one of the most important things of all time, because if anybody has dumped an entire bottle of Agrax Earthshade,
Oh yeah, I have.
this
Yep,
is the
yep.
same issue, only it's worse with the airbrush because you're actually moving around. You're moving around a lot more. So this is Liquitex acrylic inks, and of course it's getting light on the bottle, so I'm going to squeeze it, and then we're going to add. You're going to add enough so you can you don't see the chamber anymore.
Okay.
Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure this bottle's closed. Because if we kick that sucker over, this is black ink.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it's
gonna
not
be fun.
it's not going to come out.
No, that's not.
You know,
That's not.
so it's going to be poor. So then we're going to take a little bit of this. We're going to make sure every time you put paint in, you shake.
Okay.
You always shake it up.
Okay. Okay.
Simply because these things have a tendency to settle.
Yeah.
You know, if any of you have ever used even contrast paints, what's the first thing that they tell you?
Those things settle more than
Shake
anything
the
else. I've
living
seen.
hell out of it. That's right.
Those things.
Yes.
I bought
Yes.
a contrast paint. I used it. The next day, it was settled.
Yep.
You know, it was like.
Right. Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Depending on the one, some of them are faster.
So then what I do right there, I do not do a drop count. I don't do any of that.
No.
What I'm looking for is how far this water or the liquid inside is actually going to rise. So what we're looking for is a rise just about right there. Then we're going to stir. And then what we're doing is we're going to run, here, let me show you. You're going to take this and you're going to run it across. If it doesn't drip down like it's water, it's too thick.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
You will immediately go, "Ching!" and oh God, then it's a full breakdown clean.
Okay.
So then after that, you're going to take it, give her a test. She is ready.
Okay.
Do me a favor.
Yep.
Don't bother doing the unders yet.
Okay.
This is probably a good learning experience anyway.
I thought this might be a good one. To
No,
practice
it
on.
is.
Yeah.
Make sure you get to use this first,
Yeah.
and then watch the inside of that cup.
Okay.
If she empties, then we'll do a full cleaning.
Okay.
Which is
Okay.
fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. But
That's not bad. All right, interesting.
nothing. Oh, thanks for stopping by.
That was me.
Class, nice. All right. Well, Jay's watching us, so that's awesome.
Somebody just did something.
No, that's the Discord. Somebody's making. I have the alerts up. There you go. Now, see the cup?
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that cup is always good. One of the things that I like to learn, and since you're starting new, everything that's not primer is going to be at least a 45-degree angle. So it's
Okay.
good to have practice
Okay.
holding it that way.
Like,
And you
holding
can
it like this.
Making sure the cup is up. It's more along the lines of the
Oh,
nozzle. Because
so- okay.
when you're looking at it,
Yeah.
you can't see the nozzle.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Unless you go like this,
Right.
and then
Which
look
then
where
you
you're
get-
at.
Yeah. You get right
Right.
in your face. Yeah.
right. So what you're going to do is make sure the nozzle is there. You're going to be at between a 35 and a 45-degree angle naturally at that point.
I see. Okay.
It's good to get into practice because when we do a Zenthal on this later,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you learn exactly how easy that is to do.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yay! Jay's here. Does anybody want a soda?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what do you want?
Do you have like a Pepsi?
I have a Pepsi
What type?
for a diet.
Diet, please.
Diet?
Actually, do you have like a Mountain Dew?
I have a Mountain Dew,
I'll have
but
Mountain
it
Dew.
might be diet.
No, I can't do diet.
You can do diet.
No.
All right, so would a Pepsi work?
Yes.
Okay,
Regular
cool.
Pepsi. Yes.
Bye, guys. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I better stop because we're almost out of paint here.
What?
It's
No,
amazing
we know
how
what we're
fast
doing.
this
We watched
goes.
the video.
Yeah, we know what we're doing, right? Here we go.
He was using this one, right?
Right, yeah, and this one over here, and that one over there.
Well,
So,
if it dries out, aren't you gonna have to clean it anyway?
right, so I'm trying not to let it dry out. So I think, well, he added some of the ink first.
Okay,
I'm gonna add some ink.
if you want.
Why not?
We're totally experimenting here.
It's gonna be fun.
Probably gonna ruin it.
It's okay, it's not my. Oops,
Oh.
there we go, there we go.
Yeah, that's what
There we
happens.
go.
You got no depth perception.
That's probably fine. That's probably fine. That's alright, it's not my airbrush. Oh, wait, no.
Did you just buy this?
No, this is Dale's stuff. I did get a free airbrush from my dad. We found out that the hose doesn't work. So we're adding a little bit more here, Dale, because we ran out of paint and we didn't want it to go dry.
Good call.
You're pretending we knew what we were doing.
We were pretending what we knew it. Well, shit,
pretending.
we're doing it then. You're winning.
So I think
That's a full win.
Thank you for the soda.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. Thanks for stopping by and giving me something to prime.
I got some more in here, I think.
So after you reload it, you were saying you have to wipe it up the side so it comes down, beads like water.
You want it to be like thick water.
Thick one, okay.
That's what you want it to be. Imagine
I feel like I'm good.
a
But
Guinness.
before he starts, does he have to do anything to test it?
Yes, you should spray it on his hand first.
Spray on the hand. Yes, thank you. How does that look? Is it good?
That's good. Now, open up the throttle a couple of times. There
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
Just to get the feel for it.
Yeah, okay.
You want to, and one of the nice things about this tool is that you can do this real fast, but you have to practice it.
Yes, I can
So,
see that.
yeah, that's,
Because this is not a normal grip even of something I would...
Nope.
Anything else is like this.
no, and it's
like
just
this.
because you're not used to it.
Well,
That's
yeah,
all it is.
Right.
Woo-hoo. This is one of the reasons it's so long to learn airbrushing. It's what he's going through right there. He wants to be very careful and very concise. And that's one way of doing it. You totally can do it that way. I'm not railing on you. But
I'm just seeing
you're
how
going
it works.
to, yeah, right. You're working out how it is. I want to go in lines. I want to do circles. I want to do,
Right.
there's all kinds of stuff. That's why I had you when you were doing it here. Now,
Getting low again. That's
Yeah,
where
it
we were
is.
before. So
Right.
we add some more now?
go ahead.
All right.
I usually do that 3 or 4. 4 is about the maximum.
Is that
you
the same
can
as...
do.
Are these the same things,
Those
Dale?
are the same
thing.
things.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
one
All
of
right.
those is a full one.
All right,
Did
cool.
you shake first, Bill?
Oh, no, we didn't shake last time. Okay.
Shake.
I gotta shake.
Well,
I didn't shake this one either last time.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do this, and then we do that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it would be great if you guys got us into one of the big clocks.
There you go. Okay,
That's a better learning experience than anything else.
that's probably fine.
Hey, look! Gia's on! What's going on, girlfriend? Is Theo with you? This is cool. This is so cool. I'm so glad we did this. Thank you for putting up with us.
I think we're good.
Talking to the camera or me?
You.
I consider myself part of the problem. Right?
No, you're not part of the problem at all. Well, Jay's doing that. I'm going to get this beast working. This is a Sotar Badger.
So,
A little bit more precise air gun.
okay. So with the priming, I remember that we used to have to prime stuff like metal miniatures and so forth, and now GW is saying that, oh no, you can just paint directly onto their plastic.
Yep.
Does the air
With their paint.
with their paint?
Remember that's with their paint. Right.
So how's this work with GW terrain? I mean, I'm assuming it just sticks to it.
Works fine.
Works fine.
In fact, it doesn't necessarily need to happen. The only reason I'm going to black is because with airbrushing more than brushing, it's easier to go from a dark spectrum to a light spectrum.
Okay.
Simply because of the way the paint works and the tool. Yeah, I almost do everything specifically black now.
So this is like a primer.
Yeah. Well, it is. Yeah, this is primer.
Oh, all right.
I'm just using. What I'm doing is I'm using this so that we get black. These things, especially self-etching primers and things like that through the air gun, a lot of times, unless you mix it exactly correctly, it doesn't look like it's covering, even though it does.
Okay.
Ooh, that looks sexy.
Nah.
Look at you! With the old rock out? Yeah! That's exciting.
Wait till he does it to music.
Oh, I know.
Head banging.
Okay, so let's plug this in and see what kind of noise this makes.
That's my compressor.
Was this one mine?
Mine's in the cup. Ooh.
Yay or nay?
That's quite a compressor.
Is that a bad thing or a good thing? That's a bad thing.
This is awesome.
Is that working?
No. Here, put that down. Put that down. Okay, so hold your hand out.
Oh, that's not good.
That's awesome, dude. What are you talking about? Okay, so anyways, Jay has brought his... Here, put that up here, Bill. Jay has brought his old set of...
You want me to turn?
Yeah, can you? That would work out better. So Jay has put his old set here for his diaphragm. What is this? The diaphragm sprayer from Spray It, model 600-5 from 1902, I think. Because this guy doesn't even have an on and off button.
Nope.
And it's really cool. Here,
It's
I'm gonna
got
add.
1970s
I'm gonna
colors.
add some water. I'm gonna add some water and pull the trigger, and I'll show you what it's doing. Oh my God, this is great.
Is there something on there we're missing? A pressure gauge?
No, there isn't. I think this is just an old air compressor. This is awesome.
I'm pretty sure it was my grandpa's air compressor, so pretty sure.
This is awesome. That's great. Oh my God. What a live stream. This thing sounds like it's gonna die.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's old.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so, anyways. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm actually going to use this a little later, but I'm going to switch guns.
Nice, nice.
This is my other brush I brought. It's a Badger Sotar 2020F. Whoop,
Yep, bring it
sorry.
down, yep.
There you are. There you are.
Nice.
A little bit finer. This one doesn't have a hose around it. That's why I got the rubber cap on it, just in case we go dunk and then the needle's shot. But this one I can get my fine details with, which was what I was going to work on with the other compressor. But yeah,
So
not going to work, I don't think, for what I want to do.
I think I'm done with my airbrush for now. I think I'm done spraying this model. So
Okay. Do you want to turn
Yeah.
the camera back?
yeah, sorry.
No problem. Here, I'll get back to
It was made in
get
Sheboygan.
back to Bill's stuff.
Is it really?
That's what's up.
Chinese.
That's awesome.
Chinese from the 70s.
That's awesome.
I don't know if there's too many Chinese up in the Sheboygan area in the 1970s there, Dale.
Oh, sure there were.
In Sheboygan?
Sure there were.
Oh, that's awesome. Anyway, I'm not surprised.
Tons of people in Sheboygan. All the time.
Well, then that monster ate them all, and
Be careful, there might be somebody from Sheboygan.
well, no, there's the monster that ate Sheboygan game. Man.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah.
Can I play with the spray gun
You
thingy?
can. Don your gloves, Bill.
Okay, those are booties from earlier today.
So let me grab my cups.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll spray it.
Oh, thank you. That'd be great.
You have another mask by chance?
Yeah,
Where's the pack?
oh yeah, they're over here. There you are. Thank you.
We're about 45 minutes in, so I was thinking about ending it at 8 o'clock. Does that sound good to you or no?
Sounds fine.
Okay, cool.
Sounds fine. No problem at all.
I mean, we can stay on the Discord if anybody wants to join us, but we can
no,
turn
that's
off the
fine.
stream.
That's fine. All right, you're loaded up, dude. Whew. Whoop. No, just me, an oldie but goodie. Sorry, it's hard to keep up with the chat and and the other stuff. Hey, we had a few people. Look, 12
views.
That's exciting.
Are they still watching?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay, so I take it.
So, what you're going to do is, if you have the trigger straight forward like this, all that's going to come out is air. Okay?
If I'm pushing down.
If you're pushing down, right? This is dual action. So as you rock back, that pulls the needle back, and that allows you your airflow. So if you do it just a little bit, if you do it a lot, woohoo!
You go watch the.
Are you watching it? Now remember to rock, because otherwise what happens is that needle, the paint dries around the needle, and then gets stuck, and that's how you clog up. And you'll be going great, and then all of a sudden there, it's the biggest clog of all time.
But you see, Chia asks, what are you painting?
We are painting all kinds of stuff. This thing, we got this, and then we have Jay's got some Cawdor that we're gonna paint. Bill's gonna paint my face right now. It's gonna be awesome. One of the reasons you have the holder too, if you need to put her down. Yeah, pretty cool. Woo! How much fun can one person have?
This?
Not first. The ink first.
Oh, I did that first.
You did the ink?
Yep.
Make sure you shake. And what you're going to see is you're going to see about a third of what you put in there as far as the film line's concerned. You can count drops if you want to. The anxiety that happens if you miss it after you set it is ridiculous. Stir all the way. Yeah, you can run her all the way in there and then run it up the side. If she runs off like a poured Guinness, you're good.
It's too thick.
Okay, then add a little more ink.
More ink. Okay.
Yep. The inks would. Yep. There you go.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I think that's good, but what do I know?
Oh, that's great. Perfect. And remember, if it's a little thin, that's better. Because you can always do it again. Perfect. Look at this guy. He's like a natural. That's what I mean by resting.
Okay.
Yeah. This is so cool.
You like it?
Well, the thing is, I think if we set it up with your gun with the cup,
Yeah.
I think it'll work great.
Yeah.
Because that's how you want to put out paint for that thing.
Okay.
Because this is a draw up. So each time the thing goes, it puts more pressure in there to draw it up. Right.
Interesting.
Right. It's cool. That thing's awesome. Air Cap 3. 60 cycles, 115 volts AC.
Made in Sheboygan.
Yeah, well, sure. Why not? People made things in Sheboygan.
I know.
Sausages, rolls.
They make Nestor.
They make a lot of. Yeah, right. They make that.
Air compressors.
Here. We're going to give her a good clean anyways, because it's about time. Oh, boy. Thanks again, everybody, for joining. Still don't know how in the heck all of you bother watching me do this. And yeah, this is a $35 airbrush from Amazon. What's the box? Master airbrush.
There will not be a link below, so don't go looking for it.
If you want, I mean, the fact of the matter is, for beginner airbrushes, this thing's awesome.
Somebody mentioned Mark just dumping it in the water and spraying it.
Mark sticks his in a bucket, and just opens up the trigger and lets it rip.
And that,
It was fine,
so
perfectly
that
fine.
sounds easier than what you're doing?
I didn't like doing it. Preference. There's as many ways to clean airbrushes as there is to clean up job sites, dude. You know.
That's not what my father taught me.
I know that's not what your father taught you. But, you know. Quick run here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up. See the top of that airbrush? Where it's just black? And you can see it too. Up here by the needle.
So wipe that.
Yeah. Always go up. Don't go down. Always go up. Yep. Then if you see any dried paint, and you can see it like that, this is another reason. Q-tip. And use that to buff that down. Because yeah, any dried paint, all you're gonna do is force it through a small hole, and it's just gonna clog. This one. And yeah, if you keep your mediums thin and you just stay away from the clogging situations, you know, you can just rip right through this stuff.
Is there such a thing as too thin?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and when you make it too thin, you'll know right away. It'll bead. Everything will bead, and that's too much water. It's just like water beading, you know, around there. And then you just, you know, that's. And to be honest, everybody has their own different mixes for the paints that they use. Every single paint, every color of paint mixes a little bit differently.
So I might ask you about how that locks in that little brass piece.
This?
Is that kind of like on a pin vise where you have the...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just a neural nut.
Is that a neural with a K?
It is.
Learn something new every day.
I didn't know that.
Hey, it's tubing.
It's not Knurl, though.
Hey man, it's a free country.
It certainly is.
It's
Until you
Knurl.
have to pay. it's totally free until you have to pay.
Well, I was gonna shit this post up with politics, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you. We didn't want to have to turn this into a beat the shit out of a guy live stream.
I still think we should seize the means of production.
We certainly should. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take your airbrush.
We certainly should. Yes, we're gonna have to take that airbrush. We're gonna have to fix things. So, so one of the other things I'm gonna get in here real quick and show you another little technique because I have the other model I was gonna work on. I got this guy, which is pretty neat. This is one of those McFarlane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the airbrush to set the shadow. So what that's going to be.
I need to scratch myself. Where do I stand? So I'm on camera.
over here.
What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just do it lightly, only on the bottom spots. I'm not going to do a full coat. And yes, you can totally do this with primer. And what you do is you thin the product down to a point where you don't get coverage. And you're going to hold it back a little bit and you're going to make a cone spray. And what you're going to do, simply hit the lowest spots, your shadows, if you will. It's one of my favorite things when I've mastered the airbrush. And it's all about how you're holding piece and where you want to hit. Now, this little technique here is definitely something that would be practice. I'm actually putting it on just a little too thick. I like to do this in 2 or 3 steps and just go real thin, real thin, real thin, and then get 2 spots like that.
This is
And then you can feather. Well, this is actually a reverse zenithal. This is hitting the low spots because all I'm hitting is the shadows from below. This would be setting your light source, as they say. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to feather. So you see where I messed up there and I gave it a real black spot right down on the bottom there? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come around from farther away and I'm going to feather in the outside of the arms. Which one was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing this one. So now you have the highlight point, which is on the top, and then it just wraps around. And you can do that using the mist of this stuff.
Okay.
The trick is you don't want to aim center like that. What you want to do is you want to, like let's say I'm painting here, what you want to do is paint a little lower. Get your hand back. See how I'm getting it? And it's wrapping up. Then your dark point is down where it's supposed to be dark. But not black. You can do it with other inks.
So why would it not be black? Are you doing
Most shadows,
I guess paint-wise, are you doing an entire coat over the entire thing, or?
no, this is all touching up.
Okay.
Remember when I did the axe? I did the axe and I did the bolter.
I don't think I saw
Oh,
that.
maybe you didn't see that. Jesse and Mike printed up full-size bolters and Space Marine bolter and a couple of axes. And what I found was you could do the coat. You know, you do the paint, and I just looking at it, and I'm like, it's not looking right. I'm like, what is wrong? And I put it out on one of the Facebook pages, and a guy came back, a very, very smart painter, came back and said, dude, it has no shadows. There's no shadows at all. It looks like the same color here as here. He goes, and normally that wouldn't be, because there'd be light
Right.
blocking it. And that was when I first started working with light sources. So,
Well, I guess what my question is, so you're starting the black here, and then you're gonna take the other paints and feather on top. So the black is
the black is the bottommost
Okay.
part of it. But you use the black so that when you feather with, and I'm going to use a purple here in a second. I'm sorry, Jay. We're going a little longer than you
No,
wanted to. I'm
keep
sorry.
it's fine. No, it's fine.
I wanted to get in on this because some people wanted to see me actually with the airbrush, and I love showing you.
No,
I
let's
love
keep
teaching
going.
you what's going on.
Let's keep going. I was premature in
but,
my thinking we should stop early.
No, it's all right. I want to get this because we haven't done a color change yet.
No, we
And I
should
wanna
definitely
do
keep
it-
going,
I
yeah.
want to do a color change here,
Yeah, for sure.
and I want to show you guys what and why you would actually use a zenithal in this case, especially when you're using and you can transfer it over to terrain. I'm going to show you real quick here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to switch over to white, and we're going to do the same step. Get the new one. We're going to do the same step. This is what we did with the black.
straw holes in these things.
Yeah, no, they're a pain in the ass, aren't they?
Yeah, I know.
Don't those military gas masks have something you can?
Oh, they were horrible. Oh my god. Now, one of the things when you switch to the color to remember with airbrushing dries real fast. Okay? There's no reason to do the whole step all at once.
Okay.
So what I like to do,
When you refer to the step, you're talking about the
the
coat.
whole coat of paint, right? And you can play with things and not have to worry about washes so damn much. One of the things that I've been a little bit irritated about with the GW paint style now is it's base color, slap, and just dunk the damn thing. And the problem is with that is that you can't control the effect that's going to end up happening with it. So what I like to do, especially with the airbrush, is you don't have to worry about with black, because black you want black. That's every time.
Right.
When you want black,
Right.
you want black. So what I like to do is I like to use an airbrush medium or a thinner before I put the ink in. And what this does is this controls. This is automatically going to make my color not as opaque. So it's going to be thinner. So you can see it'll up the translucency. Yes, there we go. That sounds like I know what the hell I'm talking about, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah, right. Sounds right.
Sounds good.
Break open the thesaurus. I thought opaque and translucent were antonyms.
Oh my dear God! Now,
I might be wrong.
One thing to remember when you get into
We are
this,
talking public high school education.
and
Yeah,
I'll
the
show you
computer,
what
yeah.
I'm doing real quick here. Notice that I didn't rinse this out.
Okay.
And we're going to use it to mix this in.
Now, does that make
Now
it
you're
darker?
not. Oh, you betcha it does.
Okay.
You betcha.
Okay.
But this is something that people shouldn't shy away from.
Okay.
Because painting with an airbrush is not the same as painting with a brush.
Okay.
At all. There are totally different effects that you can get.
Yeah.
So now watch what I'm doing. Watch what happens to this when I first spray it down. See how she's bright and then
Yeah.
she dries out. See what I
Oh,
mean?
it changes color.
See what
Yeah,
happens?
yeah.
No, it doesn't change color.
Right.
What it does is it changes opacity.
It looks like it does.
So what happens is when it's wet, comes out real bright, and then you see how it rocks back?
Yeah.
When you do this, you want to hold.
What do you want to do? Oh, is it not working?
Oh, it
Is
was
blowing-
no. You
blowing
have
the
to
paint all
hold
over
it
the
back,
place?
and it's blowing it that way. Yeah, right.
All right.
With the black, it doesn't matter so much, but right here it matters.
So what you're gonna do?
Yeah, let's blow on it.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna slowly add a cone, and you can see on the head what I'm doing here. Because if you see this area right here, notice how she feathered in real nice?
Yeah.
And then you're just going to let her dry, okay? And if you need to add more, then you just do the same stroke again. This is how we feather in an airbrush. Look at that face.
Very good.
All the detail brush work in the world can't get you that smooth. Not that fast. And certainly not base coat, wash, highlight. Now you notice how she's darkening again?
Yeah.
We'll go again. The only way to mimic this with a brush is dry brushing.
Okay.
And you know already all the inherent issues that happen with dry brushing. It works. No, it works great. And dry brushing is fantastic.
I'll admit I don't know because that's all I really used to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We always
But,
do dry
no,
brushing all the time. That was
things
the thing
would
to do.
gunk up,
Oh, yeah.
and then you'd leave
Yeah.
all the little juicy stuff all over the place. You're like, God damn it, really? But that
Yeah, there's no
Is-
powdering. It's
no.
you can see the
And the whole reason is because I'm using a thinner product.
okay.
And I'm simply, because the airbrush coats dry pretty quick, if you hold this way out, there's pretty much dry going up. That's why that's why that's happening, and that's what everybody's worried about breathing in all the damn time. You can really get to a point of target, and now we can place our light source. Okay, see the bead? I was just a little bit too close. But another thing about it being thin, it's going to dry to non-opaque.
Okay.
So you can always bring her back, smooth her out. Now, one of the other things that you can do, if you don't rock back, you just have straight air. You can dry your coat faster. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my light using the white and a bit of mist. And now we have this light. I don't have to do any more white to it if I don't want to. But we've now set the light coming from this angle. And you hit just the parts that are there. Now, you don't have to worry about highlighting all this stuff in the back. If we wanted to, and why don't we go down this since we've gone down this far already? We have...
For those of you watching us on the internet, I'm about to check to see if translucent and opaque are antonyms. If I'm just an idiot.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use the inks, because we're not coating with the airbrush. We're going to use the inks to shade the color down. And we're going to go from purple to blue on the back side.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you exactly how fast this is. This is so stupidly fast.
And you're just using inks now.
Now I'm just using inks.
Nice.
Okay. So you see how the color is?
Yeah.
We're in what they would call a mid-tone.
Okay.
So now what you're going to do, since I fired from this direction for the light source, we're going to use the opposite direction for what they call the mid-tone. And then I'm going to darken. Now I've already set the black. You can see the black. So what we're going to do is the same idea, just on the other side. Now, this guy I had planned to be purple anyways, okay? But this is a shadow. It's just going to be blue. So what's going to happen is, now I'm doing it real light, and I'm just going in stages. Right now, I want to set the blue black. So what's going to happen is, we're going to add a little more purple. And no, I don't count drops. What I do is I add until I get a color that looks right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a... Is this the one I want to add? Hold on. Hey, Jay. I was right.
Hey, all right.
Of course you were right. You're smarter than I am. What are you, silly? Okay. Is this what I want? No, Prussian. Okay, that's what I want. I want the Prussian blue, not the Naphthol. Okay, then we're going to add some Prussian blue to our purple. And what we're going to do is we're going to Q shift. And what we're going to do is we're going to go closest to the black. And we're going to add it just until we get the right color, because this is going to come out to be the same color.
Okay.
If you want to thin it down, you add a little thinner at this point.
What is Q shift?
Q shift?
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's what it says here, isn't it?
Where? Yeah.
I don't know what Bill's talking about. But notice how the blue switched, or the purple switched.
Did you say hue shift or Q?
Hue.
Ah, okay,
Hue
okay,
shift.
okay.
Yes. So now what we've done is
I can't hear you with this face.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I know the face mask is totally blocking your hearing. I totally get it.
Let me take my glasses off so I hear you better. I'm not sure, but that works.
Do I use your hands? God, I can't talk because I can't use my hands. So anyways, do the test. Now, because I'm mixing in the cup and I keep going, you have to fire until you get the color you want.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this in the dark spots
Oh, yeah.
on the other end here. And I'm going to speed this process up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Nope. Dripping.
Yeah, and then we have that.
What's that?
Probably clogged.
Ah.
This is also what happens when you get a little bit clogged. But no, I think that happened because I was shaking things.
Oh, that could be too.
Yep. Someone else say something. Is anybody else on the... Any other comments?
No. Theo says hi.
Oh, hi, Theo! And what we're doing is we're rocking, because this is just ink. Wipe that off. Real nice. Oop. Very rudimentary at this still, okay? Because I'm in the phase where I'm just beginning to get my legs under for this whole concept. But you see how I switch things? Now what's going to end up happening is we're actually going to dump most of that. I still want some of the purple in there, but we're going to switch it up with the Prussian blue for the most part. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap around with the under light.
So you're letting the stuff blend together in that pot in the reservoir. But then you're doing like a color fade or a blend or a
Right.
feathering.
Yes, right. Yes. See how she's almost a blue now?
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to rock.
So this is the armor that you're painting the blue?
Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I'm simply going the opposite of the white. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to build up a natural shadow, but only at this point when you're looking at it. And when the model turns, and you can shift. This is the reason that I'm doing this is easier than sitting here and trying to highlight everything up with a brush. So what ends up happening, and one of the things that I've found, especially when I was doing the lighting effects on that wall, it wasn't how bright I was going with that. It was how dark I was doing on the opposite end of it.
Okay.
Where the light's not hitting. So instead of like here, the contrast or the highlight stage, the mantra is dealing with this. Where what I'm doing is I'm dealing with this area here, and I'm increasing the gloom here, which naturally brings it to be brighter. I'm just doing it with paint, and I'm still not very good at it either. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the last part I wanted to do. We can end it now. If
Are
you
we
want
good?
to. Yeah, sure, no problem. Now I can get Bill's stuff all done. I'm gonna prime his stuff all purple anyway, so it's gonna be awesome.
I was going to say, as long as it's not blue. Oh, I forgot my guys in my train box.
All right.
All
Can
right,
you
everybody.
do me a favor? Can you?
Well, hold on. Let me.
Oh,
Let's just say we should say goodbye to all.
oh, I know. I wanted to tilt the
You
camera.
want to tilt it up? Yeah.
No. Bill
Wanna
knows
tilt it
how
up,
to do
Bill?
it.
You see-
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, wait, Jay's a little bit taller. Okay.
No, that's okay. All right.
All right. Thanks so much for stopping, you guys. Happy
a lot.
holidays. Happy New Year. There's another video coming out on Saturday. It's going to be exciting.
Should be good.
Thanks so much for joining us, you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Have a great night.